everyone, it's good to see you again. Today I have a fun book to go along with your project. You're going to be making some fluffy sheep today, so I brought a book. And it's not called Mary Has a Little Lamb, it's called Mary Had a Little Lab, like a laboratory. What kind of person do you think Mary is? You can see her on the cover. She's got a lab coat on and safety glasses, and she's holding a beaker in her hand. And she has a lab. Yeah, I think she's a person who likes science. So let's read Mary Had a Little Lab by Sue Fleece. There's her lab. You see this lab there. Mary had a little lab she tested and created. While other kids were at the park, she built and calculated. You can see her there working in her lab, and outside looks like some other kids are playing, right? Inventing can be lonely though. She rarely stopped for fun. One day she thought she'd call a friend, but couldn't think of one. Maybe I just need a pet, one fluffy, soft, and sweet, to snuggle, cuddle, hold, and love, and make my life complete. You can see Mary in the window, and she's looking out and seeing someone has a puppy, so maybe she's gonna make herself a puppy. What do you think? She has a little idea. She traveled to a local farm with scissors and a sack. She snipped a tiny tuft of wool, then quickly headed back. Looks like she has an idea for a fluffy sheepy pet, right? And look, you can see she snipped a piece of wool and she put it into a test tube. What's she gonna do with it? She made an apparatus with pulleys, knobs, and gears, then set the switches, pipes, and springs, and covered both her ears. Cover your ears. She's gonna start the machine. The new machine is finished. My best invention ever. Then Mary turned the power on and gently pulled the lever. What kind of machine is that? What does it say on it? I think the sign says the Sheepinator. She pushed the wool into the chute and poured the mixture in, then pumped the pedals with her feet to give it all a spin. The machine's starting to work. I wonder what kind of sounds the machine would make. What do you think? Sputter, crackle, crinkle, bang! I have a pet to keep. The brilliant budding scientist had made a woolly sheep. Wow. That looks like it was a pretty successful invention. She got herself a pet. The sheep assisted in the lab and often helped with chores. He carried all the groceries and buffed the kitchen floors. Wow, what a helpful sheep. Does your pet buff the kitchen floors? Mine definitely does not carry the bananas and eggs in, I can tell you that. He followed her to school one day. The teacher was impressed. He said the sheep could stay in class as Mary's special guest. The kids all rushed to see the sheep and asked if they could play. Oh, Mary, could you make us one too? I'll make you some today. Everybody's gonna get a sheep for a pet. She led them to her little lab. Behold, the Sheepinator. I simply press this button here, the woolly duplicator. She just presses a button and it duplicates the sheep. Makes a copy of the sheep. Well, so far, so good. But soon, the duplicator jammed. The sheep dropped out in twos. They filled the lab, the yard, the street. They made the evening news. This just in, sheep had filled the whole town. The town was overrun with sheep. She made 10 times a flock. The wool went on for miles and miles around every city block. The whole city is filled with sheep. Can you imagine having your entire city, everywhere you turned, another sheep? That'd be a lot of ba, right? A lot of ba everywhere. Mary said, "Let's fix this jam." They pulled until it popped, then flipped the whole thing upside down until at last it stopped. What a mess, though. So many sheep. What are they gonna do? Oh, Mary had another idea. They used the lab to herd the sheep by adding wheels below. Now everywhere that Mary went, the lab was sure to go. She's herding all the sheep off into the country. They led the sheep to pastures. Every farmer chose a few, but Mary had a new idea she wanted to pursue. So they're giving some of the sheep to farmers, but what else do you think Mary could do with the sheep? What do you think she's thinking? The town was back to normal. The people were at peace. Now Mary had a pet and friends and heaps of snowy fleece. Look what she's doing with all the sheep and their fleece. They're getting a haircut, and then she made a new machine called the Knit-O-Matic. It's knitting sorts of things from the sheep's wool. Looks like scarves and sweaters and hats and socks. Wow. The end. Oh, and there's the sheep with the woolly woolly hat on. The end. I hope you enjoyed that story, and now I have another guessing game rhyme for you. I've got a basket, and in this basket there are a bunch of barnyard animals. So we'll do a rhyme, and then I'll give you some clues, and you can guess what animal I've got in my basket. Right. An oink, a moo, a cock-a-doodle-doo. Animals in the barnyard playing peekaboo. Okay, this animal is black and white and gives us milk and has a sound like moo. What do you think this animal could be? Yep, you're right. It is a cow. Ooh. Okay, very good. We'll put our cow over here. An oink, a moo, a cock-a-doodle-doo. Animals in the barnyard playing peekaboo. Okay, this animal has very fuzzy coat that we sometimes use to make our sweaters and hats. And it could be white or black or brown, but it often makes a sound like ba. Right, that's our sheep, like in our story. Our little sheep, or their baby is a lamb. We'll put that next to the cow. Okay, next. An oink, a moo, a cock-a-doodle-doo. Animals in the barnyard playing peekaboo. Okay, this animal has a curly tail, and it's pink. And what sound do you think it makes? I think you could already guess. It makes an oink, oink, oink. Right, it's a pig. Here's our pig. Nice guessing. We'll put that next to our sheep. Okay, our last animal. An oink, a moo, a cock-a-doodle-doo. Animals in the barnyard playing peekaboo. Okay, this animal can be many different colors, has a flowing mane and tail, and is helpful to us. Sometimes it will give us a ride or help us plow a field. And it sounds like, neigh! Right, that's a horse, just like this horse. Very good job with your guessing. We'll put our barnyard animals back. If you want, you can make your favorite barnyard animal noise. My favorite is the neigh. We'll put those back away, and I will see you next time. Bye!